Hey, it's Bruce with LakeWeedersDigest.com, and you might be wondering, what do lake weeds and skating rinks have in common? And in actuality, there is quite a bit in common. And I personally am the type that always enjoys having a skating rink out in front of my place. And as you might know, that it takes a great deal of work just to create the rink and maintain it. But did you know that what you are also doing is creating more weeds for the following year? What actually happens is that even though all of us would love to have the perfect skating rink out on the lake, and even better, have a year where you don't have any snow to shovel, and so that in a case like this, we love it when this happens because we have the opportunity to skate the entire lake over, and play broom ball and ice boat and all the different things that can go on a lake. But in actuality, when you get out there on a lake and have this scenario where this becomes basically a perimeter where the light can penetrate through the ice, and over here where it cannot penetrate through the ice. And so what you end up with is the lake weeds will come in much more full in that area. Now there are some lakes that are not as don't have weeds that are active in the winter climate, but on the majority of lakes you will find that weeds are active on the bottom, not highly visible, but they are germinating, they are growing down there. And so the light penetrating through these specific areas will create in this particular situation, will create a area just that shape of weeds that are growing much more rapidly. So it is something that you want to keep in mind, that there is some downsides to having a skating rink. And if you ask me, I would still rather have the opportunity to enjoy my waterfront all year round, run the risk of some weeds, and of course we've got tools to take care of that at weedersdigest.com. But the idea of being able to just get out there and use the lake in the wintertime, I think is well worth that risk. In addition to managing lake weeds and helping people with tools for that, we also do have an ice resurfacer that's fantastic for ponds or ice skating rinks. And basically what you do is you hook your standard water line out of your faucet, and you can't see it here, but there's a little valve where you're able to turn it off, on and off, and the water comes down here, goes across through here, and there's weep holes all across the bottom, and then a cloth that gives it a nice flat surface. And our hand Zamboni, or hand resurfacer, if you will, is designed to just literally lay down a very thin layer of water, fill in those cracks, and it just does a phenomenal job. Anybody that's gone out there and worked on their skating rink and attempted it through a variety of methods knows that it is a challenge no matter what, but this is by far the best method that you can get out there. And probably most importantly is the fact that you can lay down whatever thickness of or volume of water and create the thicker ice. If you've just gone out there to clean up skate marks and chips in the ice and things like that, you can just put a very thin layer on. And if you choose to do it when there's big, chunks or on the surface or holes, then you need to have more water flow. So it really becomes optional. And the preference is to be able to use hot water, but that, of course, can become complicated. I pump straight out of the lake. WeedersDigest.com and ForYourShore.com, we sell a pump system, an irrigation pump system that works well for it. So we'd be more than happy to answer your questions and the items that we've covered here, which of course were lake weeds growing as a result of having a skating rink. If you are going to have a skating rink, we've got some ideas for you for getting the water out there through our irrigation pump systems, and then of course our hand resurfacer. This is Bruce with WeedersDigest.com, hoping that you have a fantastic season of using your lake year round and avoiding the weeds. Give us a call at 877-224-4899.